Good morning, everyone. It's Wade. I want to talk about the step cut or first cut that we eliminated earlier this year. We did that because we didn't know what the labor budget would be with the COVID pandemic situation. It turns out that it didn't really matter in the end. We have our labor numbers, but by the time we had that figured out, the step cut that we had eliminated to save a little labor had grown up and was pretty thick, and we didn't want to scalp that down during the summer. It would look terrible. I understand that it is difficult to play out if your ball rolls just off the fairway and gets behind some of this turf that I'm going to talk about in a second. So I'm on the 8th hole here. I want to discuss two things. The type of turf we have. This is a good example of the mix we have out here. It hasn't been cut yet. You can see some bent grass on the approach. You can see Kentucky bluegrass that was sodded into some of the bent that died this spring. Had ice there. So we've all heard about how hardy bent grass is, but it does die as well sometimes if ice is on there long enough. And then you have the Kentucky bluegrass, which is that rectangular section. We sodded that a few years ago. And you can see bits of POA or bent grass there. Now, there's the POA annua, the light green that's seeding out. Tends to do that twice a year, and this is the second go around right now, late summer, early fall. Now, have no fear, we're gonna bring this step cut back next season. We'll scalp it down in the spring when the turf isn't lush and green like this. And you can almost see where it used to be. So we'll bring that back. And also, we'll go around the greens next year with a narrower cut. So we'll take our big equipment, we'll kind of fade in here to about a 22, 24 inch walk mower, special walk mower that we're gonna get. So that we'll have a little bit of a step cut around the greens again. We haven't had that for a while. You can see right over there, that dark green. So you have your collar that's really tight and short, and then we'll have the dark green about 2 feet. So that should make things a little easier for you. Now we don't want to bring that bigger piece of equipment around the greens that we use around the edge of the fairways because it's just too big and it wouldn't fit between. Here's a good example, that number 8 behind the green. That reel, right reel or left reel, depending what direction you're going, would be on the green, and we don't want that. So we'll have that new mower to do that. It's just a cheap, inexpensive little unit that we'll get. So anyway, I apologize for how difficult it could have been this summer if you got in behind a tuft of Kentucky bluegrass, and then that POA tends to grow a little shorter. I mean, personally, I love this definition, but I know it isn't very playable. So again, we asked for your patience earlier in the year, and I appreciate it, but you will see the step cut return next season. Thank you.